Now, staying with the building collapse in Lagos, Nigeria, Adesina Tiamiyu now joins me. Mr. Tiamiyu is the former general manager of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Adesina. First of all, our thoughts and prayers to the families of those who have died. However, some will say that this incident is one too many. Do you agree?
In emergency management, let us first of all agree that emergency will occur. And that's why the plan to remediate whatever happens is put in place. So it is bound to occur. Yes, I can say that yes, the issue of a building collapse in Lagos is becoming one too many. But what is the response plan in case this happens? But before the response plan, there must be concerted effort to ensure that this does not happen again. How do we do that? Make sure that relevant enforcement agencies, monitoring agencies are held accountable for every action done. I mean, everybody is talking about 15-story. Now the deputy governor has come up to say, no, it was approved for 21-story. Why would LASCA issue such a release in the first? You see that they don't have that information? That's one. But you see, when emergency like this occur, what are the response plan? Lagos is lucky to have a robust response plan in place. And that's the reason why you have seen what they've been doing since yesterday. Over 10 people have been rescued alive. Kudos to them. Yes, 20 people dead. That's sad, but then they have to do their work. It is beyond emotion now. If there are still lives buried under that rubble, they must continue to work. They cannot leave. And that's the perfect and good thing about Lagos response, system.
Well, no doubt. I think the country understands Lagos leading in that aspect of rescue operation. But very quickly, we still do not have an estimate of the number of persons trapped under the rubble. And you would agree, technology such as heat sensors and infrared scanners are usually deployed in situations like this. Are these some of the things the state already has been able to procure or is using in trying to rescue some of those trapped under the rubble?
Well, I don't know what the situation is today, but I know that, yes, there are technologies that could detect life under rubble. And if this has been deployed, it only means that, yes, we will know that, yes, there are still more people, alive under the rubble. And attention will focus on them. That is basic. I have heard people say the response is slow, the agencies are doing this. No. When a life is under the rubble and you are able to identify where the person is, of course, the concentration will be on that area. You cannot expect all of the responding equipment to go on top of that building. I mean, you have to be methodical, you have to be strategic in locating that person. You have to go on top of the building, if possible, by leg, and then you deploy, light rescue equipment to break in the cutters, the spreaders, to break it into concrete, create a coven by which you can reach that person, and then bring him out safely. It is only when you have done that then excavator can come. Because when you bring in an excavator and maybe human weight on top of that thing, you're going to compress people who are buried under. So as far as I'm concerned, the response plan has been working. The only thing I expect to see is better crowd management. This has not been the case. I've seen so many people who are not supposed to be on scene, who are there. Some of them are even
Mr.
protected.
Tiamiyu, very quickly here, I was actually going to go in there because it's also same we saw while you had sway in that office. And this is 2021, it still hasn't changed. What do you think the state can do in terms of sensitization or in terms of managing crowd so that these people who are working can work unhindered?
Okay, beyond sensitization, there must be training, even among our responders ourselves. I'll give you an instance. Yesterday, when this thing came down, of course, people will rush into scene, and then policemen will come and all of that. You cannot begin to shoot tear gas to disperse people. That will create more pandemonium. But we were lucky last night. Rain fell. That obviously will have taken a lot of people away from scene. The darkness that pervaded the arena will also have taken some people away from scene. That will be the perfect time for the police and other security agencies to move in and create a buffer zone far away from the incident scene to allow for easy in and out movement for responders. At least when we know that we don't want people to protest in Lekki, before AM, everybody, the policemen were there to still have the press. They could have taken advantage of that. That is quite important. We failed in that area and we must improve on it. There's no point having all of these men on scene and then you still have rowdy scene. It's very, very unfortunate. But then they also disturb those who are rescuing people. I see all manner, it's been happening. But again, I am not ruling out the place of consistent engagement with members of the public. We should consistently talk to our people. When events like this happen, you will see a lot of videos that you have seen on social media are unauthorized. These are people who random videos by almost everybody who are on scene. I mean, a rescue worker is very serious, will not even know where his phone is.
So let's quickly take this before we let you go. From your experience, it's almost 48 hours now since that unfortunate incident. Is there any likelihood that some survivors can also be rescued?
Nobody is God. I mean, we've seen cases where people lived for 3 days without help. So, as responding agencies will not close their mind that people cannot be there again. They will continue to hope that, yes, they will detect voice or somebody will come in and indicate that there is sound somewhere else. And unfortunately, no echo sounding machine is available. I don't think so. But if it is, and people are still there alive, of course, they have to be consistently going towards the location of the person and bring them out. What I have seen on scene today is, I will continue to give kudos to those boys. Imagine the equipment they are working with, and they've been able to save people. Actually, a lot of people, when they happened yesterday, nobody expected people to be brought alive from that rubble. But I engaged some people and I told them, look, don't worry. Let's continue to work. Let's see what will happen. I mean, the multi-agency approach to fighting disaster management in Lagos is startedly working. We only need more equipment to help. I expect tippers to have been around now and excavate some of these things away so that you create more space for equipment and men to have space to work. We need a lot of that. There's what we call grappling. It's sort of a crane that can pick things from the up, like an open and close something. You pick something from the top floor and put on top of any tipper that is available there. But by and large, they've tried.
Well, I'd like to thank you very much, Mr. Adesina Tiamiyu, who's the former general manager of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, for unpacking this for us.